Welcome to ranking the characters in Severance. This will be season 1 and season 2. There will definitely be spoilers, so if you have not seen the show, I don't know why you'd be watching this video. But yeah, this will have spoilers from both seasons. So this will just be my ranking, my opinion. So let's get right into it. Okay, so starting off with Lorna. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Lorna? Probably saying it wrong, but she was not in it a ton, but she was only in season 2. We found out why, she was kind of the leader of the goat department, basically taking care of the goats, and she definitely had an epic conclusion in the finale, taking out Mr. Drummond with the duel, basically. So from what we've seen from her, I thought she was a good character, a solid character. She just wasn't in it a lot. So, she's definitely not like an S tier just because of screen time, but seems like a good character. I'll probably put her in like B. If she had more screen time, maybe like an A tier, but from what we saw from her, very solid. So I think B is very respectable for her. So let's move on to Harmony Cabell. Cabell's an interesting one. There's lots of theories on her. She's, she was kind of villainous in the first season, and then the second season, she's been kind of had a nice arc. She's definitely shown there's good to her, and you kind of get to see her background of why she is the way she is and how Lumon kind of took advantage of her. So she's an interesting one, very interesting character. Yeah, where should we put Harmony? I think she's not like top, but she's not bottom. She's got to be like B or C. I think I like her character, though. She's interesting. Probably B. I'm gonna put her in the B category. She's a very interesting character. Obviously, she has her villainous traits in season 1, so she's definitely not like S tier. But yeah, I think B sounds about right for her. Mr. Milkshake, or Mr. Milkshake is his actual name. Dude, Mr. Milkshake is so funny. I love the scenes with him. I love how he uses his big vocabulary words and gets criticized for using those big words in season 2. And then he has his epic moments, like with the dance in season 1, and then season 2, he has his big musical number as he's leading a marching band. I think he's a great character. Obviously, he's on the bad side of the characters, working for Lumon, but I feel like in season 3 they're gonna have him. You kind of saw like moments of him in season 2 where he was kind of not agreeing with Lumon, and kind of how they treat him is not the best. So I could definitely see him kind of pulling like a Harmony Cabell and then kind of going to the good side and helping out the other characters. So I like Mr. Milkshake. I think he's very funny. So I think he might be an A for me. Honestly, I think I might put Mr. Milkshake as A. He's a great character. Okay, next, moving on, we got Bert G. Bert is this is Bert's, so this is his innie. We're doing innies and outies for this ranking. So this is his outie, right? Yeah, this is his outie. The O, or no, sorry, his innie. What am I saying? Jeez. There's an O for outie. I'm dumb. Okay, so Bert G for his innie. I think Bert G's innie is great. I really like the dynamic with Irving, and I think he has good back and forth with him. He just seems like a great dude. He's really kind. Yeah, man, he's good. So far these are all like pretty good characters. Bert's innie probably in the B tier again. I think I'm gonna put him B, right after Cabell. Next, we have Bert's outie. Okay, so Bert's outie, we didn't see his outie. Wait, I don't remember. I don't think we barely saw him in season 1, but season 2 we saw a lot more of his outie in season 2. His outie definitely seemed a little darker than his innie, and there was interpretation for his outie, like whether he was kind of a hitman for Lumon. You saw his relationship with his partner. He not as good as his innie, I would say. Probably like a C tier. I feel like that sounds about right. Miss Casey. Okay, so Miss Casey's an interesting one. So she was not in it a lot for season 2. Much more screen time in season 1 as Miss Casey. man, she kind of was robotic. Miss Casey's kind of a robotic character. I think she's interesting. I don't think she's a bad character, but she's also not like, definitely not S tier. She's probably like a C tier if I had to put her. Miss Casey, probably C. But Gemma, on the other hand, this is the Audi version of Miss Casey. Gemma, I like Gemma. The episode when you really get to understand Gemma and Mark's relationship was probably my favorite episode for season 2. So Gemma, oh man, her Audi, yeah, she seems like a great character. She's strong. I really like her. I think she's probably A or S for me. I don't know if she's S because of she wasn't in it a ton. I think A. I feel like A is probably good for Gemma. Yeah. She could be S though, honestly. It's close. I don't know. We'll see. Devin is the sister to Mark. I think Devin's a good character. I think she's fine. She's not amazing. She's not bad, but I don't know. She's probably like C tier for me. She's just kind of like, she's good. She's trying to help Mark. She could even be B, honestly. Maybe I'll put her to B. B or C. She's a good character. She's just kind of like not a standout for me. Moving on to Rickon. Rickon's kind of comedic, how kind of ridiculous he is as a character. I feel like in season 2 he kind of had a step back. He was definitely more prominent in season 1. He's not great. He's gonna be my first D character, I think. I mean, he's funny, don't get me wrong, like he has his comedic moments, but as like a character for like an arc and just doing like standout moments, he's kind of just there. So I'm gonna put Rickon at D. Natalie, who works for Lumon, okay, so Natalie wasn't in it a ton. She seems interesting. I feel like there's more to her character, and I'm kind of hoping that they explore more of her in the next season and you kind of get some more background info on her. So yeah, she's kind of just there again. Like she's not really, there's not much to her, or not much that we know about her yet. So I mean, I'm not gonna like say she's bad or necessarily great, but since she works for Lumon and kind of seems like a Lumon puppet, I'm gonna put her probably D or F. I don't know if she's quite F. She could be kind of evil, so maybe we'll put her in F just because like of screen time and working for Lumon. That's my reasoning behind that. If you disagree with me, feel free to leave a comment. But okay, next, moving on to Miss Huang. So she's the child who kind of replaced Milchek's position in season 2. Milchek got promoted to take over Cabell's position, and she's literally like a teenager or like a kid. So she was interesting to see her kind of be in charge of the the Severance floor, or not in charge, but like kind of helping Mr. Milchek run it. And so she's, again, it seems like Lumon likes to manipulate and take children and put them into these, these positions of power at a young age, which is kind of messed up. So I don't really like blame her. She didn't have like a ton of standout moments in season 2, so probably like a C or D. Probably D, honestly. I'm gonna put her at D character. Maybe we'll get more from her in season 3. Next, we have Helly R. Helly R. Okay, so Helly is, I think she's an S tier. I think she's going to be our first S tier. Helly R, this is the any version of Helly. Not Helena, very different. Helly R wants to make a change. She wants to make a stand. She's very confident. She's trying to make a difference. She's trying to figure out how she can help these severed employees and, make a big stand against Lumon, even though she knows her Audi is, basically one of the top people who works for the company. So yeah, she's a very interesting character, but I like Helly. I think Helly is definitely S tier. But yeah, so far I think this is pretty solid. But let me know what you guys for your rankings. Let me know in the comments. I did a ranking video for White Lotus, and there was a lot of people disagreeing. So if you guys disagree, it's totally fine. This is just my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys kind of rank these characters. But yeah, let's keep it going. All right, so next we have, oh man, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Ragabi, I think it is. So she's kind of like a side character, not super prominent. She's kind of helping Mark unsever himself, or like reintegrate, basically. So she seems fine. I mean, she kind of just like dipped on Mark in season 2 when, I don't know, like she wasn't a great character, but she wasn't bad either. She's trying to rebel against Lumon, so probably like a solid C. I mean, she could even be D, but she's working for the good people and she's trying to help, so I'll put her as a C character. Next, we have Mr. Drummond. Mr. Drummond is kind of like the big, bad, scary henchman of season 2. I kind of liked how ominous he was as a character. And he's kind of like very calm-mannered, and then in the finale, you see him have this epic duel. Definitely seems pretty evil, though, so I would probably put him in F tier with Natalie as well. Maybe he goes in front of Natalie. There we go. They're probably going to be F tier because they're just on the bad side, you know? And next we got Dr. Mauer. Dr. Mauer seems like an interesting character. You kind of saw how he's having all these different kind of personas while he's experimenting on Gemma. He seems pretty sinister, so, oh man. I mean, like, I liked how he kind of, it seems like an interesting character, but he's definitely seems pretty evil, so I'm gonna put him in the F tier as well. Next we got Nurse Cecily. I think Cecily is how you say it. I'm not sure, but she was working with Dr. Mauer. She definitely was less prominent as a character in that episode. She wasn't in it a ton, so she's probably gonna be F tier as well. Next, we have Gretchen. Gretchen is the wife to Dylan G. And Gretchen was interesting in season 2. She actually, it seemed like she actually started to get more feelings for Dylan's innie rather than his outie. It seems like the relationship that Gretchen has with Dylan's outie is kind of what's like the word? It's kind of starting to go away, and it seems like she's kind of lost some feelings for his outie, or just isn't as in love with him as she probably was, you know, when they first got married. So it's interesting seeing Gretchen's relationship with Dylan G on the innie, and obviously Dylan G likes her a lot, and I like the scenes with them in season 2 a lot. So I think Gretchen's a good character. She's probably like a B tier. I don't know if she's like A tier, but probably somewhere in the B range. Probably like there. That looks good. Next we have Felicia, I think is how you say it. Felicia so she works with what's his face? I'm blanking on the name. Bert G. She works with Bert G in optics and design O&D department. So Felicia, she's kind of just a side character. We don't really know much about her. I mean, they just haven't shown her a lot, so I feel like she's not bad, but she's kind of just there again. So she might just be like a C or D. I mean, she's got a lot less screen time than my C's right now, so I think I'll probably put her in D. This is not based on her personality. She could be a great character. I just feel like we don't know enough about her. That's the reasoning behind putting her in D. Next, we have Fields. Fields is Bert's husband, I believe. Bert's husband on the outside. Bert G. Fields seemed like a good dude. He was interesting. He was only in, I want to say, 1 episode, but I liked him. He seemed charming, charismatic. Seems like a good character. Maybe we'll see more of him in the future, but he definitely seemed interesting. Probably, yeah, like he was only in 1 episode though. I guess I'll put him in C, but yeah, he seems pretty solid. He could definitely move up if he gets some more time. Okay, so next we have these characters. The next 3 were only in the first episode, so they were kind of like the replacement for like Dylan, Helly, and Bert for that first episode. So they were barely in it, literally in 1 episode. But so I don't know. They're probably like D or F just because of like how much they were in the show. I'll probably put like her in F. Mark W was probably the best of the 3, so maybe I'll put him in D. And I don't even remember this guy, so I'm gonna put him in F because they just weren't in it enough. Next we have Helena. So Helena is the outie to Helly R. Helena was interesting though because in season 2 she kind of took over as Helly and was pretending to be Helly without, you know, Helly knowing. So it was really interesting, and she kind of had to put on this fake persona and ended up, you know, getting with Mark. So it was interesting. It looks like her, you know, her father is pretty evil and doesn't actually love her, and that's probably why she is messed up. So, you know, it might not be all her fault, but she's definitely nowhere near as good as Helly. So, and because she pretended and, you know, kind of manipulated Mark, I think she's gonna be probably like a D character for me. Probably like up there in D, I guess. And next we have Petey. Petey was more in season 1. I don't even think he was in season 2, just like flashbacks because he died. So Petey, I mean, he seems like a good person. He's the reason that Mark started kind of wanting to learn more about getting reintegrated on the outside world. He seemed like he was a good character. We didn't see a ton of him, but he was pretty solid. I'll probably put him like in the B tier. He seems pretty good. Next we have Hampton. Okay, Hampton was only in 1 episode, and he was helping Cabell when Cabell went back to her hometown. So, I mean, he seemed fine. He seemed like a good character, but I mean, we hardly know anything about him. So I'll probably put him in D tier as well, just because, yeah, we don't know enough about him. He could definitely move up though. Next we have Mark S. So this is Mark S, his severed version on the innie, or Mark's innie. So Mark, I think his innie is definitely probably better than his outie, more optimistic, seems like he's having a better time than his outie version. Mark S, I gotta put him S tier with Helly as well. I mean, he's like the main man. He's got to be S tier. I don't see where else we could put him. Next we have Mark's. So this is his outie. Mark's outie, I mean, okay, he has his reasoning behind being kind of like sad, and obviously he lost his wife, so he's pretty depressed. So I don't blame him, but it seems like he didn't really care about his own innie when they had that big talk, you know, towards the end of season 2. So he's definitely not as good as Mark S, the innie version, I would say. Man, yeah, I don't know where I want to put him. I would say probably, I don't even know if he's A. He just seems so kind of down. That's why I'm not going to put him at A. I think he's going to be B. Maybe somewhere in the middle for B. And then next we have Irving. Irving on the innie. I think Irving could be S tier. He's up there. I think I'm going to put him at A. I think Irving's an A tier character. Probably like top of A. Close to S. I think he's like just shy. But Irving's a great character. It seems like he's very loyal to his friends. I like how he has the relationship with Bert G. I think Irving's a solid character. And then he's the only one who spots or like figures out that Helena is pretending to be Helly. So yeah, props to him, and we end up losing him. So I mean, it looks like we might not see Irving again because he kind of had, you know, his send off. I hope we see him back in the next season though, but because I think he's a great character. Next we have Irving's outie. So Irving's outie, probably not quite as good as his innie, but still seems like a solid character. Probably like somewhere in the B. And then next we have Dylan G. Dylan is a great character. I think Dylan's very funny. His innie is definitely, I'm gonna put him in the S tier. Yeah, Dylan's a great character. He's very solid, very funny, and I like all the scenes with him. He always kind of adds that comedy to the scenes in Lumon. So yeah, he's definitely S tier. And then Dylan's outie seems, yeah, again, it seems like the theme is the outies aren't quite as good as the innies, which is interesting. Let me know if you agree with that. But I kind of think, yeah, the innies are they just seem a little bit better than their outies. But it could be, you know, because of life circumstance and how long they've been alive and just dealing with life stuff. And then the innies, they only know one world really. So let me know what you guys think of that. And then, so yeah, for Dylan's Audi, I mean, he's definitely not as good as his innie. I'm gonna probably put his Audi in like C tier. I don't think he's quite as good as the other Audis. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up my ranking of the Severance characters. I think this is fair. Irving, he could be S. I think I might move him into S. Just now, it looks a little prettier. We have all 4 of the innies at S tier. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change that. So I think I like having the innie versions in S tier. Let me know what you guys think. Who's your S tier characters? Let me know what you think of this list. If you guys agree, disagree. But yeah, Mr. Milchick, Gemma as my A tier. Yeah, I feel like this is pretty fair. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this, and hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.